Right lads, so we are back for another prediction video, for this time UFC 325 in Australia. Yesterday I put up a video breaking down the main event for this card, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the featherweight title, and that was the same for UFC 324. I did a video on Pimblet and Gaethje and then I ran down the full event. That's what we're going to do here. Well, I say the full event, right? Not exactly. I'm going to run down and break down the main card here, right? But, I mean, Australia needs to do something right here. Or we need to do something for Australia. They need a fucking Live Aid concert or something for these prelims that they're getting, because Jesus Christ, look at this. Junior Tafa prelim main event. I mean, look at this. We need, again, a fucking Live Aid concert for this lot. We need to fucking resurrect Freddie Mercury to do Bohemian Rhapsody for these Australians. Like, these prelim fights, this cannot go on, right? This cannot go on, but this is where we're at. Look at our man right here in the bottom right, Tao. This guy looks like he should be on fucking probation, right? If this guy is your celly, you are in fucking trouble in prison, right? And I don't know if he just looks this way because he's actually pussy, right? And he just wants to appear tough. But anybody willing to do that to their own face, I mean, you've got to pick him in a fight, don't you? And we will pick him. But I'm not actually going to do a full in-depth nuts and bolts breakdown on these prelims, because honestly, I don't know who half these guys are. So we're going to do what we done last time for 324. And we're going to run through the main card first. And then we're just going to speed run through the prelims towards the end, right? Because we're all here for the main card anyway. And I'm here to give the people what they want. So we're going to get started on the main card, and we're actually just going to start at the top in the main event, because we done the full main event preview yesterday for Volkanovski Lopes. And if you want nuts and bolts breakdown, what I think is going to happen, you can watch that video. But safe to say here, I'll make my prediction. I have Alexander Volkanovski to retain his title via decision. I'll summarise what I said towards the end of the video. I think the rematch has just come too quick for Lopes to have actually developed his game enough to be able to then beat Volkanovski over 5 rounds. I just don't see it happening. I think he has a chance if he's able to land one of those big power punches with the right hand. But I just think Volk's too good for him, and we didn't see enough development from the first fight to the Lopes versus Silva fight to now for me to comfortably pick Diego Lopes in this matchup. Now that I think that Volkanovski will have another fight after this, I have no doubt his head is still in the game and he is ready to beat Lopes this weekend. Again, if you want more thoughts on the main event, you can watch the main event preview that I done yesterday. So going to the co-main event, we have Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. And I have similar thoughts to the co-main as I do the actual main event. I think this matchup, this turnaround for Dan Hooker is way too quick, right? Like, he was not beaten up, right? But he was dominated by Arman Tsarukyan pretty badly, right? And I get that Dan Hooker's like 35, right? So taking a long break to develop new skills isn't really a thing. But when you get dominated that easily, right, by Arman, the blueprint for your next opponent, especially when your next opponent is BSD, like, I think this is just going to be the same matchup. And BSD has submission wins. I know that he just knocked out Beneil Dariush in 16 seconds, right? I don't see that happening. But he does have submission wins over Mauricio Ruffy, who we'll get to, Prepolek, who else? Ismail Bonfirm. And this close to that Arman fight, the blueprint's just already been set for how to get to Dan Hooker. And I think Paddy Pimblett is honestly in his head with the whole grappling comment and the rapist on his mum, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I have BSD by submission. I think it might be round 3. I don't think Hooker will want to get as embarrassed as he did against Arman with a round 1, round 2 sub. I think he'll manage to stretch this out to round 3. but I'm going to take Benoit Saint Denis by submission, 3rd round, probably with a choke. Next up, we have Rafa Fiziev versus Mauricio Hafey. This is a fight I'm actually looking forward to. I think this is going to be decent. This is 3rd on the card, and I think Mauricio's going to get it done, to be honest. I could see a decision here, but I also could see a KO win, which is what I'm going to go for. Mauricio last fought BSD, right? And he gets subbed in round 2. This isn't going to be that kind of fight, right? Like, I'm looking at Mauricio's previous fights and it's knockout, decision, knockout, and he got another knockout on Contender Series, but like, I don't think he's under any threat of getting, taken down and subbed here by Fiziev. I don't see it happening. And looking at Fiziev, like, his record's 13-4, right? Out of his 4 losses, 2 have been by KO. Ironically, like, the only two that he wasn't KO'd in, it was decisions against Justin Gaethje, but it is possible to knock out Fiziev. Like, he's not one of these guys that I would say is chinny, but like, you can get to him, like, he can be touched, And Fiziev has just bounced back off of a 3-fight slide, right? So he just got his win back over, I say win back, he's back in the win column over Bahamondes. I don't see him winning. I just don't. I think Mauricio's got this. I'm tempted to switch to decision, like a 29-28, but I think he's got enough to get it done by KO. So that's what we're going for. Mauricio to beat Rafael by KO. Now, right? Now. Tai Tuivasa versus Talison Teixeira. Oh, Jesus Christ. This, on one hand, right, you can get excited for this because there will be a finish. On the other hand, right, it's fucking Tuivasa and Teixeira. Like, Tai Tuivasa right now, right, is on a 5-fight slide. Now, there is some decent comp in there, right? Cyril Gane, Pavlovich, Volkov. These are like top of the ranking heavyweights. He's also lost to Tybura. He gets subbed in the 1st round, and then he lost a decision to Rosenstruck. I cannot, right, in all good faith, pick a guy on a 5-fight slide, right? This is like Tony Ferguson towards the end. You want to pick him, but you're like, your recent record means that I can't, right? Like, Tai Tuivasa right now is getting fucking PFL ready looking at this record. His last win, right, was in 2022 against Derek Lewis. Now, I know Talison Teixeira just got slept in the 1st round. I say slept, right? You get KO'd. But if I remember correctly, right, the referee stopped the fight because Teixeira grabbed the cage. He wasn't completely gone by that point, okay? And I'm going to pick him to beat Tuivasa. Like, I just cannot overlook the Tony Ferguson form right now, the PFL ready form. Like, fucking Renan Fahea and Vadim Nemkov are waiting for Tuivasa right now. Like, I cannot get that out of my mind. And also just the shape of Tuivasa in between camps. Like, I cannot willingly pick a man who looks like this, right? Just in his day-to-day with time off, this is how he is, right? I can't do it. Talison Teixeira, I think by knockout. Yeah, I don't want that to be the result. I want Tuivasa to win. I want him to bring it back, but I can't pick him right now. I'm sorry, I can't. Not when he looks like modern day DC. I just can't. In the first fight on the main card, we are going to see Salkeld knock out Jamie Mullarkey, who is just there to be hit. Quillen is just off a nasty KO win over Haqparast, a Haqparast who has already beaten Jamie Mullarkey. Already knocked out Jamie Mullarkey, by the way. yeah, I only see this fight going one way, to be honest. I actually really like the look of Sol Killed, and yeah, I think he's a prospect, and I see him getting the win in his home country. It's going to be a shame for Malarkey, actually. I bet he's looking forward to at least fighting in Australia. He's not looking forward to this fight. He's going to get fucked up, but yeah, this should be a good opener to the card. And look, I already spoke about the prelims. I've got nothing left to say about this. All my love and prayers are going to the people of Australia. I'll throw up the picks here for any of the degenerate gamblers that for some reason are using my picks. But here they are on screen now. The winners are in white. Now, I know that we're just coming off the back of a fucking 6-week drought, and I don't mean to be ungrateful for these fights, right? Because believe me, right, we've needed them. But we had a fucking 6-week break, and this is the best that we can do for the people of Australia. I mean, maybe they're happy with it. I mean, I don't know, right? There's some hometown boys on here. But, I mean, if UFC don't care about the prelims, then I don't care. And I'm not going to pretend, like, run through these fights here and pretend that I give a fuck to you, right? I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to have one eye on my boy down here in the bottom right towel. But, yeah, fuck it, get these prelims off the screen, right? I can't even look at them right now. That is the... I say breakdown, that is the main card picks for this card. They are all 100% accurate, by the way. Factual information I'm dropping in here. But let me know what you think's going to happen. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is going to win? Will Volk fight again after tonight? I say tonight, Saturday night. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on Sunday for the recap of this fight card. I will have a video up on Friday and Saturday, but the next time that we talk about UFC 325 will be in the recap out on Sunday. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.